What is up, everybody? We are back. Unfortunately, we are back. Unfortunately, I know you guys are crying at home, getting in fetal position, and
let me wipe the tears.
Unfortunately, I don't even want to be here.
Yeah,
just kidding.
I fucking hate you both, and plus Kaitlyn, fuck her too.
Listen, I got something better. I hate myself.
That's it. I think we should just log out and come back in.
You can't hate yourself because I hate myself.
Oh, no. Listen, I'm older. Remember, respect your elders.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay.
But guys, welcome back to the Kaitlyn Show. Interesting episode today. A lot of people are mixed feelings about this episode. We're gonna break it down. Episode 13, Infested of the Bad Batch. But before we start that breakdown, make sure you guys subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, the Kaitlyn Show, for more fun unboxings, reactions, awesomeness, sexiness, Omega-ness, Grogu-ness, Ahsoka-ness, and all that fun Star Wars jazziness. Woo! My woe. Woo! So this episode is very slow. I heard a lot of people online were not liking it. It was like people were saying yikes, like oh my god, like what became of this and stuff like that. Where's Crosshair in this episode? And it was an alright episode. I give it a 7 because the Pikes came and we're finding out little by little of the Bad Batch becoming this not bounty hunter, but these in the crime syndicate kind of people, because we don't know what path they're going to go down after Sid. Are they going to be mercenaries? Are they going to be bounty hunters? What is the Bad Batch going to be if we have another season? If we have a third season, also, like what is their story? What are we trying to get out of the Bad Batch before there's no more Bad Batch?
I have an answer for that.
What happened?
I have an answer for that. They're going to be free. They're going to be free.
That's what you stopped me for? To be free?
Yeah. No, realistically, they'll probably go with Rex.
Oh, Kaitlyn's going to be here in a few. She's running late.
Okay.
She'll be there in a few.
All right, that's fine.
With a smiley
Kaitlyn will
face.
be joining us. The Sith are always late. They're always evil. They always have their evil tricks up their sleeve. The Sith.
They run on their own schedule.
Yeah. So, Kaitlyn, be good, be safe though, while you're whatever you're doing. What else was I gonna say? So, Rick, what did you think of tonight's episode? Because I know you had thoughts on it, and then Dom, I'll get to you.
Yeah, I did have thoughts on it. Not a lot happened. It was just like this was like another mission with Sid. However, she was more a part of the mission. I mean, she was, in it herself. But some of the things I liked was just how Omega, she treated the enemy like
Ahsoka.
The same. She treated the enemy as the same, just with respect and kindness. And then, in the end, it kind of leaves you that, whoa. It's noticeable when Hunter's why are you talking to him? Why? And then Omega wasn't sure, but it's just you could see from her actions, she's just sweet and kind and pure. So, I like that. That's what I like.
No, you could see her mannerisms are just like Ahsoka's. Why are we not helping them? Like Hera, last episode, they didn't want to help Hera, but Omega was no, we're helping her. This is what we're doing. Even in this episode, she didn't help Roland, the guy, but she was kind enough to say don't kill him or stuff like that, helping him out, which I love because that's how I trained my daughter. She's a perfect example of Kaitlyn over here. She's a perfect example. I trained her well.
Is Roland a part? Is he in the Star Wars Rebels? Is he that?
No, I don't think he's for Zago.
No, okay.
No.
I was just.
Yeah, I thought he was for Zago too, okay. But I was like, no, his name is Roland.
Yeah, it's a new name. But
yeah,
okay.
New name, new people. Okay. So Dom, what did you think of tonight's episode?
Well, look, I'll be honest with you. I was a little disappointed with it because it did feel like a filter episode. There was no path in it. When I saw the Pikes, right away the Shadow Collective came to mind, and I was like, "Oh, Darth Maul's coming, this and that."
You know what? Let me stop you right there, Dom. Once I saw the Pikes, I was like, Dom's gonna have an entire plan for this video. Maul coming back, the Crimson Dawn, and just this.
Well, the Crimson Dawn. Look, the Crimson
map.
I know. The whole fact is that you've seen the Pikes, and I was like, oh, I'm like, oh man, they're gonna Maul's coming, and they're already showing it. But
Dom's like, if Maul's coming, Boba Fett's coming.
look, I actually,
Yes,
you know, Sid's character is a good character, but I'm kind of tired of her character. I'm kind of tired of the whole that they're working for Sid and they're doing this and that. I wish they would like left after they paid their debt off. I thought they were going to leave and go someplace else and just like going from planet to planet to try to find research and do their own thing. But like I said, like I was telling Chris, I said like you know, Dave Filoni has a narrative and there's a plan to it. And when he plants seeds, little seeds, things do happen. And putting the Pikes in the episode, you know, more could be coming.
Yeah.
So
everything happens for a reason. Like,
exactly.
Even when, sorry to cut you off, Dom.
Right.
But like I was reading something. I posted this. I think on my Instagram. Like Rebels. Like people really didn't like the animation of Rebels. I loved Rebels personally. I thought like and he said not every episode are filler episodes. He said every episode is a story.
A story. You know? And I know what you were saying. I seen that when he was talking.
Yeah.
You know, look, you need filler episodes for the overall narrative of a huge story. Because if you put boom, 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 always action, boom, 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 there's no story to that. You know, and the action part is fantastic, but you need some narrative to go along with it. All right, you have some sidetracks, and at least we know that each episode is not like right after each other. You know, it's like weeks later or months later because there's a lot of if you notice this episode, they go off the ship. This is it, man. This is like the last thing worked for Sid, this and that. You know, they went on another mission, a side mission that you didn't see on screen. Then to come back, and then all of a sudden Sid's not there. So they were probably gone for a little bit to do that particular mission. You know, what the heck was that? Something like just flew down. Oh, it's freaking! I have a fly in my house and can't get it. It's like mocking me.
Use the force.
But, I know, right? What happened? I use the force. I use the death force.
Oh my god! Like force choke it, force choke
exactly. Grab it, kill it,
kill it. Yeah. Here, I got you. I got my Ahsoka Tano FX lightsaber. I got you.
Nice.
Love this.
So basically,
imagine if they had like a lightsaber fly swatter.
I would get it.
They do. They actually do.
No way.
Go online. Just go online. They have yes, go online.
You're lying. Unreal.
I'm not lying. Check it out. Listen,
I don't believe you.
They have Star Wars things that you're too young to understand.
Yeah, he's right.
If you know what I'm trying to say.
He's attacking us, Chris.
No, I understand that because I believe it.
Yeah.
It's true. Like, I bet you they have things of Ahsoka like I don't even have. Like it hasn't even heard of. Like, and it came out in 2008, the movie Clone Wars. They probably have things out since then. Like, I didn't even know they made a poster for it. They made a poster, and I bought the first ever appearance of Ahsoka Tano. Like, that's the first ever thing they ever came out with, and I bought it. It's not here yet.
Hey, Chris, let me ask you a quick question. Did you get the Forces of Destiny Ahsoka? The figure? The doll?
The figure? The doll?
The Forces of Destiny. It's like $400 now if you want for.
I know. I don't have that. I don't think I'm going to get it because I'm not...
I actually have... What's her name? Sabine.
Padme?
I bought Sabine.
Sabine. Okay.
I have Sabine.
Nice.
My Mandalorian shelf. I have it in the back. He's next to Mando. So
I'm starting to collect like the Ashley Eckstein signed Funko Pops now. I'm starting to collect them all.
Good.
Because
I'm actually doing the Boba Fett ones. That's my next thing to get my Boba Fett ones autographed by Mark Austin, by
Tamir Morrison,
and then Daniel
Logan.
Daniel Logan. You know, and I'll probably buy a couple off online from Jeremy Bullock. You know, because unfortunately, the original Boba Fett is gone. You know, so
Here.
Sad moment. Great guy. Never got a chance to meet him, but I know people who actually did meet him, and he was a really nice guy. Same thing with David Prowse, played Vader. But anyway, back to what I was saying that this episode was kind of a letdown because it could have they had the moment, you know, infestation. They had these insects that were in a hive, and I don't know. It's me just wanting the Empire to really come in for the kill. Because
Now, see, wait. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna just jump in right there, Rick. Dom, sorry, Rick. I don't know why I said Rick. Now they've been away for a couple weeks, like a couple days, maybe weeks now. You know.
Do I look like Domtober?
You know what, Rick? Before I come over there, like,
does he look like Star Wars Rick?
Yeah,
hey,
let me tell you something.
In 10 years.
Exactly. Let me tell you something.
In 10 years.
This right here is the whole damn show, son.
Yeah, tell him, Dom.
Yeah, okay.
The package.
All that sexy.
Respecting my elders.
Oldness.
Respecting my elders.
All that sexy oldness right there. Show it off,
and
Dom.
If I catch you, and if I catch you on my lawn, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yeah, he doesn't like rain either. He hates the rain. Hates the rain.
Yes, because it melts. It melts me.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
What was I gonna? I lost my train of thought. I'm looking at.
No, I was saying that they were gone for weeks, and I was saying that the Empire. You were like,
So people were looking for, like, people texted me on Instagram. Were like, "There's no Crosshair." How? Like, I thought, like, it's gonna take some time. I don't know if Crosshair left right after Rampart sent him after the Bad Batch. So we don't know how many weeks, days is this episode now premiering, you know? So we don't know if Crosshair is trying to go to every planet and find out where the Bad Batch is. Or I was hoping for, at the end of the episode, maybe someone saw the Bad Batch and reported it back to the Empire, and that's how it starts. You know, but there was nothing like that in this episode at all. The Pikes, but I don't know if the Pikes will go back and say anything.
But the Pikes aren't going to say anything because they work for Maul, and Maul wants to go against the Empire. Remember that.
Yeah.
Maul he's got his own agenda. But actually, I think maybe next week there might be somebody on the planet that sees them and then reports back. And I think we're going to get what I was asking for. The Bad Batch having to go on the run and leaving the planet and leaving Sid, or Sid down and gets killed off. But like I said, this episode, I thought there should have been more. But I'm going to take the same thing that Rick said about Omega, that she has a compassion for the people who are bad and people who are good, and like good judge of character and stuff like that. But I got a feeling that she's gonna get scorned when she gets older, and she is not gonna trust she's gonna know who's good and bad. Right now, she's just still naive she's a kid. She still wants to know what's going on. Like, remember a few episodes back when she told Tech, what was the war like? And Tech really didn't give her the answer she was looking for. The war was bad. The Clone Wars was a bad war. She doesn't realize how bad the war was, and all she knows is I still think if she is an unaltered clone from Django, who is to say that she's not an unaltered clone from Django? She's somebody else totally different that we don't know of yet.
I personally think she is someone different. You know, I don't think if you put her live action, I don't want her to go live action, but if you put her live action, she's not going to have the same face as Tamir Morrison. You know, she's not going to have that clone.
Well, she was altered as a girl because obviously there was something that manipulated that to make her the chromosomes in the DNA to make her turn into a girl. So obviously they had to take a chromosome from a female. You know, who knows what maybe to be honest, would it be crazy? She got the DNA of Padme. Padme's DNA.
Dom, you're crazy.
That would be definitely crazy. No,
I'm just saying, Dom, you're crazy.
No, and then Vader finds out. You know what I'm saying? Look, in Star Wars universe, anything is possible. We all know that.
Yeah.
Well, look, I heard something that is possibly in the Book of Boba Fett that's going to be something huge. There's going to be an all-out Mandalorian fight with a bunch of Mandalorians. Mandalorians we've never seen before.
Chris, you should have a little tally mark point whenever Dom just mentions
Boba Fett.
No, because it was talking about the whole thing that they said Omega could be one of the people under a Mandalorian in the Book of Boba Fett. How cool would that be? You wouldn't want that? You wouldn't want to show the Book of Boba Fett?
No, it wouldn't. To me, it wouldn't make sense. It would not, because it's not building up to that, you know?
All right, I know it's not building up to that, but we don't know what her true identity is. Right now, what we know is she's Omega, and and Boba Fett is the Alpha, and that they're brothers and sisters through cloning. So we don't know what her end game is, like who she is. Maybe.
Yeah, but look,
I don't.
Yeah,
we're gonna
like the
find out.
storyline right now, I don't think it's like pinpointing to that right now.
No, it's not pinpointed to that.
Right?
I think the next couple episodes, look, 3 episodes left. I believe that something big will be revealed in the next 3 episodes. It has to.
Oh, definitely.
Because like I said, that we're not sure if we're getting a second season. It's still up in the air right now because we don't know how. Like this show, the show has been so. A lot of mixed feelings on it. There's a lot of people who like it, a lot of people who don't. So for them to do a second season of a show that people not really, they can go to something else. So that's why I'm kind of hoping that they reveal a lot in the next couple episodes. That's why I was disappointed with this, because they did so much more with this episode leading into the next 3. And look, but like I said, Dave Filoni does not do a certain thing without a narrative to it. So you bring in a crime syndicate. Sid works for a crime syndicate. She knows about the Pikes, and her telling the Bad Batch, don't get into war with them because it's not pretty, because you don't want to get into this because it's bad. It's really bad if you get into war with the Pikes.
Yeah.
So basically there is more. What else can possibly be the dirty secret behind the Pikes? It's Maul. Because Dryden Voss doesn't come into Crimson Dawn until 10 years. 10 years before New Hope. That's when Solo Star Wars Stories happens. So that's when you start seeing Crimson Dawn. But Crimson Dawn was a little bit before that, because when Han went to work for the Empire, he was out for 3 years, comes back, and Kira's working for Crimson Dawn. So Crimson Dawn had developed. So the beginnings have been developing now, but it's still the Shadow Collective, the whole thing. But there is a narrative. So, I'd give it it was kind of cool that the Pikes cut off this guy's horn to remind him not to mess with them and not to do anything stupid, which was kind of cool, But I just, for other sakes, I just wanted to see more Crosshair and more Empire, because like I said, the Empire was such a big narrative in Order 66, how they moved from planet to planet, like Lucas, and this taking over. And, it's just going around, beating around the bush of the Empire. It kind of stinks, because I want to see the Empire. I want to see more of the transformation of the clones to humans. I want to see more Rampart. I want to see Thrawn, because Thrawn didn't disappear before he came into before he showed up in Rebels. He was around, and then he disappeared, and then came back when Rebels, and he disappeared again. So, what? Hopefully the narrative of Thrawn, they're going to find out where the hell after he was taken by the Progul and went into space with Ezra. But I'm just saying that they need to have something leading up to something big. And it could either be Fett, it could be Vader. Vader does have to make it. If they have the uprising in Kamino, Vader should be there.
Yes, I agree.
And that's why I'm saying that there could be. Hey, look, maybe it's DNA from Anakin. Maybe Omega was taking. You don't know.
I would cry.
There's something more to Omega that hopefully in the next 3 episodes they tell us. We get confirmation on.
I think they're gonna start shifting to that. Like, this was just an episode.
But see now with that, these last 3 episodes, if we don't get a season 2, like if we don't, these characters to us, if they don't show up in comics or live action, we don't know what happens to them. So like I don't know if they're setting up for a season 2 or they already know in the back of their heads that's why they filmed the season and we're like, okay, and stuff like that. So they don't know. They're just saying, okay, we have 1 season. We're going to get renewed. We're thinking that we're going to get renewed, but in reality, we might not. But we're just going to do the last 3 episodes. Chris, maybe like not powerful episodes, but episodes maybe leading into the second season that if we don't have, we don't do.
Look, let me say your question. Look, we never expected to have the Bad Batch as a cartoon. No one expected Bad Batch. So for them to do a cartoon, there's a reason behind that. They're going to show up again. And apparently in the Obi-Wan series, there's rumors of a lot of things that Callus from Rebels is showing up in Obi-Wan. his live action appearance of Callus when he was with the security bureau, the Empire Security Bureau, before he became on the ship with Grand Moff Tarkin on in Rebels and stuff like that. So and Thrawn. So basically, Callus is that's a big character from Rebels. So who's to say that you won't have a couple of Bad Batch members showing up in Obi-Wan? You know, because Obi-Wan takes place 10 years before New Hope. So the clones are still around, and they're not that old. Because look, Boba Fett he's unaltered, but I'm just saying that the age hasn't caught up yet to certain of the clones yet. Yet they age quickly, but you can have a middle-aged hunter, middle-aged.
Yeah, but see, you know what? It wouldn't make sense though for Tamir Morrison to play them. Yeah, it wouldn't fit their
Well, you could actually have.
You would have to have someone else play them.
You could have Tamira Morrison's face, but then mix it with something else, and make the people a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? The character is a little different because he is all the clones of Tamira Morrison. So basically, yes, with the exception of Omega, but look, I said there's a narrative, and hopefully the next 3 episodes really show what the series is about. When we find out about Omega, we find out about Crosshair, if he's going to go back with the Bad Batch. You know, I don't know. Like I said, this episode, it had its moments. There were some things here and there, but I still think that it was a letdown to a point where there's only 4 episodes left. You got to get the ball rolling. Hopefully, it starts off on Camino next week, and the ball can roll, and you could have somebody else show up or something like that. But like I said, it really was a missed opportunity with today's episode. But maybe, like I said, the Pikes being there, that's the door opening for Maul to show up at season's end. If they make a season 2, Maul will be more of like, he'll show up in a few episodes here and there, but they'll have somebody else. Like I said, I'm very happy Thrawn shows up at the end of the season. But I don't think they're going to use Thrawn for one particular reason. He was the main baddie for Rebels. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they're gonna have Thrawn. I think they're gonna have they're gonna roll the red carpet for him in the live action show.
Maybe they'll mention him. They'll mention him. I can see them mentioning him until season's end. You mentioned him, he's on a mission doing something. But me personally, I think Vader is showing up at the end of the season. Because it makes a lot of sense. Vader's the main antagonist, you know? Hey!
Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Sith. Always late, Sith.
I'm not late. I am late. I am so tired. I am so tired. So don't mind me. Anyway, continue. I'm here for Dom right now. Let's hear what Dom's got to say.
And Rick
Rick's like, I can't be associated with this Sith. Peace out.
Peace out.
Nah, but you know what? Like, Vader's going to show up, I think, at the end of the season to really to move it along, because he does have a crucial part in the entire saga. And Order 66 was his main thing of being Vader, where he led the Empire to total destruction of the Jedi, and total destruction of all the planets that they took over. So that's why more him. And then, look, I'm just hoping for a Vader-Maul confrontation, because back in Rebels, when Ezra was talking to Maul and Vader was showing up, Maul told him, you can't take him alone. And so basically he had to have a fight with Vader somewhere in the timeline before Rebels for him to say that line. And that's why either Bad Batch or the Obi-Wan series, you're going to see Obi-Wan, Maul versus Vader in a quick battle, and of course Maul's going to get it. Yeah.
See what happens when the Sith enters?
Is that exactly what I just said before you left?
Yeah.
I was like, he was like, I can't be associated with the Sith, and you peaced out.
I can't. Yeah, I just can't. Like, the Sith Rick has got to stop.
The Sith come in too. They come in too. Remember that.
And Jedi coming too.
Yes.
Well, listen, I'm a third Sith, so don't worry about it.
So
Dom's like, I count as 2.
Episode.
Yes.
I thought it was pretty good. Thought it was pretty good. I saw about half of it. You guys, I have to explain. Like, I've been so crazy busy recently with like personal things, and then also with these pre-orders that came out, and then my work schedule. So I've been trying to keep on track of everything. But I thought the half of it that I saw was really good. And I was really interested in what Dom was saying because I heard Vader versus Maul. So how did we get to that? I'm curious about that.
You know what, Kaitlyn? Dom, we start here. Dom, we end up with Dom like somewhere over there.
The reason why I came up with that is that because the Pike showed up in this episode.
Okay, yep.
Bad Batch. So they work for the Shadow Collective. So I was thinking that, Maul is around the corner. So if they have a big reveal at the end of the season, it could be Maul, because Dave Filoni doesn't put things in without a narrative to it. So
also dropping Easter eggs kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. So
yeah.
But the reason why I said Maul versus Vader is that in Rebels, there was a comment that Maul made to Ezra when Vader was coming down on the planet. He told him, "You can't take him alone." So so Maul probably had a confrontation with Vader a little bit, and he got away because somebody interfered. Like somebody I can see it happening. Like somebody shot at Vader, and Vader and Maul took off. So I
would like to. May I interject? So it's actually in the comics, right? That Vader and Maul did have a confrontation. There is a comic book dedicated to that.
Yep.
So interesting.
The Star Wars Tales. I have it. It has.
Me too.
It has Vader and Maul on the cover. The boxing match. The tail of the tape. I like it. I love that.
Dom is like, I have it all.
I don't have everything. Listen, you know what? I wish I had everything. Yeah, I'm actually going to a Comic-Con next week in Connecticut. Terrificon. I'm going there, and my main objective is to get a couple of Boba Fett items, a couple of actually issues of Boba Fett that I've been wanting to get. So that's what I'm doing.
If you didn't come back with Boba Fett everything, I'd be so disappointed.
Well, here, I'm going to show you something. Look, this is my latest. So here's a custom Boba Fett that I got on eBay.
I saw your post.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
So basically, it's really cool that. And then I got this from Twin Sun Customs. There's a Boba Fett custom animated Boba Fett, which is really pretty cool the way the guy did it.
Did you pre-order the new
interesting
Boba Fett statue?
Yes, I did.
Iron Studios.
Iron Studios. I also got I got Iron Studios statue. I got the bust that's coming out. I got the statue, Return of the Jedi statue. That was another Gentle Giant thing. I have a Gentle Giant Jumbo Boba Fett that was only limited to 700 pieces.
That's sold out.
I got that. I was able to get it when it came out. I seen it. I said, boom, had to have it. And then it sold out like maybe seconds later after I bought it. So that should be coming. And then I got the Hot Toy Boba Fett on the throne that I pre-ordered. And
that looks cool, though.
But 2023, the end of 2023. Who the hell knows what's going to happen next year?
Dude, have you seen all the pre-orders? They just keep getting pushed back to like 2022. So everything that Walmart had for pre-order, that was Clone Wars, which all of you would have been interested in, obviously. All those are like 2022, like March. And then today, Target had the carbonized Black Series figures.
I got them all.
Yeah, but those are for like May of 2022.
But
I'm like,
look, it sucks because all these toys, they're back. Look, they're so pushed back with toys. It's crazy. Like everything they're coming out with, don't expect anything to come next week. Everything is all pre-ordered because everything is all these conventions that are coming, all these con exclusives and things like that are coming out, are all going to be pushed back because remember, the friggin' coronavirus messed up everything. The pandemic messed up a lot of things, and they had to push back. Look, this stuff all would have been out a year ago if things didn't happen in 2020. We would have had all this now.
Yeah.
So I pre-ordered the Clone Wars General Grievous, which I have the small one, which is really cool. I pre-ordered the ARC Trooper 6-inch. I pre-ordered the 2 ARC Troopers from the Vintage Collection. I got
the red one and the blue one.
Yeah, I
TVCs?
just pre-ordered those. Yeah, I got those. I get the
Dom's like, I pre-ordered it all.
I had those. No, and I had pre-ordered all the carbonized pieces. I got those, and
So
I'm actually just.
I'm surprised that Rick wasn't more informed about these two, because there's a lot of Clone Wars Jedi as well.
Yep.
That came out from Walmart.
They did.
I've been seeing images, pictures. I've just been saving money right now.
Right on, Ricky.
I've been saving
That's
money.
no fun.
I got a friend of mine that had deep pockets. He actually, see, you got responsibilities. You have a car or something. A friend of mine has deep pockets. He's always buying stuff. He actually put aside. He's like, I'll find them again. They'll come up. Yeah, I'll wait for them because I'm in no rush. But you know what?
There you go.
You gotta. If you suffer the FOMO, you're gonna suffer fear of missing out. You don't want to fear of missing out on these things, because who's to say that they don't show back up? Because Walmart sucks. Walmart, it'll drop, and then they'll drop it a couple more times, and you won't see that again until months later, maybe. And then before you know it, eBay is calling triple the price. I'm not paying.
I'll just say the force is with me. What's meant to be is meant to be.
Oh,
okay. There you go. Dark green.
Walmart exclusives become eBay exclusives, so.
Yes, they do. You know
I've never heard anyone say that.
Cool?
Never heard anyone say that
kind of cool. I'm waiting for Hasbro Pulse to have their exclusives coming up. And I know this is not Star Wars related. They're G.I. Joe related. The Zartan. And I'm waiting for the Zartan that changes color, which can't wait for that. And I actually ordered Megatron when he transformed to Galvatron from the Transformers movie. It was.
Excuse me, is that $700?
No. The Megatron. It was It's the Transformers Red. They're like the size of the.
Isn't there another one though that's like $700 or $800?
No,
right?
that was Unicron. That was Unicron that came out.
Oh,
Unicron.
Unicron.
So,
Chris, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. I'm just listening.
But the Star Wars releases were great, and there's more to come. There's more to come. Hey, Chris, I'm sorry. I turned the Star Wars show into a toy-a-thon.
Tangent.
I'm like, what? What are we talking about?
We really need to film just an episode on collectibles. I apologize. Dom and I took it to another universe.
Yes.
Yeah, Zardak, Kardak, Ryloth, like what?
My specialty is only Star Wars.
Yeah, I don't watch anything else. But I can say this.
Oh, Rick!
I'm Star Wars Rick.
There is no other fandom that will ever take Star Wars' place for you, right?
And mine too.
Right.
I can't take.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. But within the when you're a collector, you see releases for all different types of stuff, because a lot of these toy manufacturers make toys for many different types of fandoms.
Yeah.
So you see the releases drop all at the same time or all around the same time. So I'll just quickly say this 5 minutes quick. So what's going on this week is we had the Walmart Collector Con, which is from the 22nd to the 25th. So they released all their Star Wars stuff yesterday. Yesterday, right, Dom?
Yep.
And then Target also had a month-long collectors dedicated event that they did, and they had 2 days of Star Wars releases so far, and then we have our big day coming up, which is the Sunday, which is the 25th. So they're going to do a whole bunch of releases. I don't know if anything's Star Wars, but I'm guessing something will be Star Wars on the 25th. So anyway, if anybody's listening and you collect, now you've just heard the news.
Kaitlyn the Sith, ladies and gentlemen.
We can get back.
Is half the battle.
Oh.
Now
we get back to Bad Batch now. I'm so sorry.
Back to your regularly scheduled program with the white guy and 3 motherfuckers. Talking Bad Batch.
Logging off now, right now.
Rick, it wouldn't be the first time you damn left. Just hit it already. Hit it. You're threatening us. Hit it.
Let me roll it back. Let me roll it back. One of you guys mentioned that Omega was gonna change after she's kind of experienced some some double crossing. I already seen her, like, some of the cases in that situation where it's already happened to her. However, she is still remaining the same, and I kind of connect with her in that sense. That's why I love her personality so much. So I don't think she's gonna change. I think she's gonna remain the same. She's gonna be so sweet and pure, and just see the good in people, no matter if they're evil.
Like Ahsoka.
Yes.
Yeah.
In a sense.
In a sense. But even if Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, like she came out in that game with a Bad Batch, like her face is nothing like a clone face. You know, if you saw the picture, I think I posted. I don't know if you guys saw it. Like her face is nothing like a clone. Like, but she is a clone. But there's nothing like Tamir Morrison or anything like a clone face. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I love my daughter. That's all I have.
I agree with Rick, though. I think a very essential part of her character is that she's very pure. And that's what they present to us now. And I hope she takes that with her as she matures, because I think that's an amazing, amazing part of her character.
Thank you.
And it's just typical Disney.
Yeah.
They gave us a wonderful, wholesome character that's a Fett. Right?
That's not a Fett. She's not a Fett.
She's
Palpatine.
Go fuck yourself.
How dare you?
Hit that button now, Rick. Hit that button now.
How dare you?
Hello.
Kick me out, Chris. Kick me out, Chris.
Delete.
Delete.
Let me kick him out. Hold on. Let me kick him out. Hold on. Where's Rick?
Oh my god.
Remove from stream right now.
Has it been like this the entire time before I got here?
I just mentioned this, right?
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah. Yeah, he had some things he had to say too, you know. They'll come up, but the fact is that
You guys
Rick,
are so
typical
funny.
Star Wars Rick.
Yeah, Rick's a
it's
little
so-
sassier than normal today, though,
yeah, you know
huh?
why he's tired?
You know
'Cause
what?
he got off
Listen.
his first day at work. Real work.
Oh!
What
That's
wasn't my first
right.
day?
Oh.
I'll
But,
ask
yeah,
you
yeah.
later about your job. I apologize. I'll ask you later.
Okay. Okay.
What else was I gonna say? So we know this episode wasn't the best episode. Kayla hasn't even finished it, so it must be that boring.
Sorry.
She didn't even finish
I'm
it,
so sorry.
She was like, "This shit trash. I gotta end this shit."
You know what? I liked it. I liked it. You know,
I liked it
it
too.
did present to us some things. You know, so
Yeah.
I'll take what I
like,
can get.
I like all the shows. You know, look, the show is the series is fantastic. It's just the narrative sometimes goes off on a different tangent, and I know they want to spread out the universe and have, like I said, you can't have all action and no play. But to have these episodes, yes, like I said again, Filoni plans things in episodes for things to come.
Yeah.
To have
He
the
does it
pikes,
for a reason,
we
right? So
could be stretching something. I could say that Wall's in the way. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just they put him there just for the narrative story. But Filoni does have the habit of doing something. Him to put Hera and to put Chopper in back-to-back episodes and have that happen, there's something to that. Mind you, the Bad Batch and Omega were never mentioned in Rebels, which there's another narrative to that too. So there's a lot of things that are going to happen later on. There's a lot of stories to tell. There's a lot of pieces of the puzzle that need to be put in place. And like I said, we're not sure if we're getting a second season of Bad Batch. I kind of hope, and I hope the narrative is much more dark. I hope it is like 10 years before New Hope in that timeline, where Obi-Wan is happening and where Cassian Andor happening and all that stuff, where you could have it all intertwined in that one thing. But we'll see. We got 3 episodes left. You know,
they usually
to be
report news of a second season or like of another season.
Yeah, but sometimes
Usually after once it ends, right? That's
yeah,
what
they
do.
mentioned
Yeah,
something,
usually
but
announce.
they weren't concrete. But the one good news is that the next episode is called War Mantle.
Yeah.
And we all know what War Mantle is. The transformation of the clones to
Stormtroopers.
the humans is the troopers and stuff like that. So that was Rampart's plan. But if you notice, the last 2 episodes they kept on the wraps. You don't know the names of them. So who's to say that they're going to be very dark and very surprise cameo, and it's gonna bring the narrative to a head. Hopefully, the next 2
Last
episodes.
one's going to be called
starting with
Palpatine.
War Mantle. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Look,
I'm gonna
Omega's
fight
turn
you when I
around.
come to California.
Yo,
Strike
Omega's gonna
2.
take a. I know Omega's gonna
Rick,
take a
I don't
mask
fight
off.
like that. I
and go
fight
on Night in
Jersey
Omega.
style, Rick. I fight dirty.
Dirty Jersey.
Oh, like kind of like dancing too?
I hate him. I really hate him. I don't know why I do this show with him. I just hate him. Like I don't. Like,
Why? Tell me why, Chris. I
just
love
hate
you
him.
too.
Love you too, Rick. Unfortunately. What was I gonna say? So I lose my train of thought because he just gets me so angry and upset with life. Like he just.
Oh my god.
I just want to like punch him in the throat sometimes, Rick. So our final thoughts for this episode. What's to come for next week's episode? Rick, you go first because Kaitlyn has not seen it.
I saw half of it.
Half of it. She saw 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they are going to start, picking up the show on the road now, especially with this next title, War Mantle. So I strongly believe now that we will, have the Empire perspective, and we will get kind of the episode we've been talking about these past previous breakdowns.
Give me 1 second.
Because we were all predicting Crosshair. We were all predicting to see him in this episode, but no, it was just totally something different. They came from another mission, and so I definitely think that ball will be rolling. And who knows what they do with the Pikes? Let's see, what they show with that. Like Dom said, Dave Filoni, he shows everything for a reason. So I think the highlight of this episode was seeing the Pikes and just seeing how, well, it's always a plus to see Omega being so pure and sweetness and all thatness.
Love my daughter.
Yeah. So that's what I think. Yeah.
You're up, Kate.
Okay, here's what I think from the 15 minutes that I saw.
12 minutes. If it was 8, it's 28. So.
Okay, well, half and whatever I saw. Okay, so this was definitely a filler episode, is what I took from it. I think it's interesting that they changed the narrative a little bit, and I think people were really kind of bored with this episode and a little upset that they shifted things around a little bit. So I'm interested to see how they're going to change things and what they're gearing the end of the season for. So I was hoping we would see Crosshair get turned back at some point. I don't know if that's going to happen before the end of season 1. I was hoping they were going to save him, but I don't know. It seems like they may prolong that. I honestly don't know. But, like I said, filler episode. I was a little bit bored. Kind of why I didn't finish it.
That's why I feel
Well, at least Chris isn't trying to turn my camera off, Rick, and I didn't even watch the whole episode.
Yeah,
so,
Rick.
There you go.
No.
Anyway, that's I have no idea what they're gonna do to us now, but it better not be Dom's prediction of anybody dying, because I'm gonna cry. The end.
I have my tears loaded.
Dom,
They're ready.
You're
ready on fire.
Listen, die. Every character should die. Make the story more interesting. Kill them all off. And Omega's left there in the dust crying. No, just kidding.
Just kidding.
No, okay, you said. Look, Star Wars is poetry, as George Lucas always says. It's poetry. For every death, there's a rebirth. Every character. Look, they introduce these characters for a reason, to either show them down the road or to kill them off. Like Rogue One. If you take Rogue One, for instance, those characters had a main plot to the story of getting the plans for the Death Star. They all died. No one, we never saw those characters before, and we all said, yeah, they're going to die, and every single one of them died, which was crazy. So, like the Bad Batch, they introduce these characters. Yeah, we don't see the Bad Batch. There's no story narrative afterwards. There's nothing. So, most likely, they either died or went into hiding and retired like Rex did when he showed up in Rebels. But, like I said, introducing characters we're finally getting Ezra. We're finally getting Ezra's story shown after he disappeared with Thrawn. So today was confirming that the Thrawn and Ezra are coming into the Star Wars fold. They're signed, sealed, and delivered, which is awesome news. Now what we need is to find where the Bad Batch is going to be playing a big part moving forward into this narrative. 3 episodes left. There's a lot to really sink in with this, because today's episode, like I said, today was a episode that was disappointing because I wanted to see more action. Yes, mind you, it had some, Sid was involved with one of the missions and this and that, but I'm kind of tired of the whole Sid thing. When he said they took her out, I wish they did take her out. That was it. That was the end of her character. But she's still, I don't know. I'm just bored of the whole that shit. They keep going there for missions for her, this and that, and it's kind of like getting old fast. Like I was telling Chris earlier, I said, somebody on the planet don't know they're coming there. They could tell the Empire. The Empire should come to that planet. Maybe in next week's episode, we find that happen. That the Empire comes in and captures the Bad Batch, and they get taken back, back to a Camino, or to they get put in prison with the Empire. Who the hell knows? We don't know what's going to happen. But I'm hoping that next week's episode is the kickstart of something big, something really big that's going to happen towards the end of the season, and that we're going to be like, wow! I want that wow moment. We had that wow moment when Cad Bane came back. I think that was the only wow moment that I had. Rex, I knew Rex was coming back because they showed Rex in the coming factions when we first saw Bad Batch. So we knew that was going to happen. But the Cad Bane was a wow. Like, he's back. Cad Bane, holy shit. So we need that. And there was a lot of disappointed people with this episode because the episodes left. You want some action. You want things going on. It's Order 66. The Empire is ruling the galaxy. You have these little side missions. Makes no sense.
I think they're going to have the Empire. I think they're going to have season 2.
I hope so.
Last 3 episodes, I'm gonna be honest they just can't. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. This series hasn't really been, a lot of people hasn't liked the series. So they don't have the response of like Rebels, and they don't have the response of Clone Wars. This series, you have half and half. Some people like it, some people don't. More people don't. Because they didn't want Bad Batch. They never wanted Bad Batch. It was just put out there. So there is a narrative to have Bad Batch. So there's a story to bring in new characters to build around the lore. And I'm hoping there's a second season, because then if they have a second season, they can explore more with Vader, more with Maul, more with the bounty hunters, more with Camino, more, and yes, more with Boba Fett. Because Boba Fett is coming, they need to show him more. That's what I'm saying. The series, Boba Fett should show up because they have to promote him for the Book of Boba Fett. That's what they usually do. Somebody's coming. Ding. They're gonna start.
Are we gonna? We should like.
No, he's said it 6 times already.
We should play a game. We should play a game, a drinking game. Every time Dom mentions Boba Fett, we all take a shot.
Look, and I'm only mentioning him because he is part of the narrative. He is an unaltered clone.
Because he's a part of every Star Wars universe.
But now he's back. Disney's gonna try to milk him any which way they can. That's the moneymaker. They show Boba Fett.
Grogu's the moneymaker.
But they'll come out with a Boba Fett Funko Pop.
Right now.
Boba Fett Funko Pop for the Bad Batch. Where's Sid's Funko Pop? They have other characters they should be coming out with. That's why we only have 5 Bad Batch. We have the whole team, and we have Omega. That's why. Because they did the same thing with Rebels. They introduced characters and they canceled a lot of characters. Now they're actually dropping the Super Commando, which was a canceled figure a couple years back. But now they're dropping them in the Funko Con now. So we're going to be getting that. But if they don't introduce any more characters in Funko form for Bad Batch, that means that Bad Batch people really are not attracted to it. It's not an attractive show to a lot of viewers. The casual viewer like us, we'll watch it. We'll put it part of our thing, but people aren't going to sit down and watch the Bad Batch, because they want their Star Wars. They want other stuff. Like I said, they never asked for this. They want something else. The characters that they know. So we'll see what happens. But I think next week I'm gonna cross my fingers. And next week, War Mantle. The name of the episode is the start of something big for the next 2 episodes after that, and hopefully we'll get a confrontation crosshair, Bad Batch. We'll find out about Omega. We'll find out what the secret plan for the Caminos want with Omega. We'll find out Rampart wants to transform all the clones into humans. All these things. I hope these next 3 episodes are worth it, because if they're not, there's gonna be a lot of disappointing people, and I don't think they're gonna make a second season if people aren't. If these 3 episodes don't impress, I don't see a second season. I don't.
Yeah,
That's a fair point.
that is.
Sounds like a threat to Dave Filoni.
Oh, Dave, Domtober's coming for you, Dave.
It's like you better make it happen. You better answer these questions in chronological order.
And you better put Boba Fett in all of the episodes.
It better connect to somehow Boba Fett down along the
Listen,
road.
more Boba Fett makes everything better.
What was I gonna say? All right, so my prediction is, you guys ready for my prediction?
No.
You know what, Rick? I can't wait to come to California and kick your ass. I cannot. I really can't. Like,
you're
not.
So far, you're just all talk, Chris. You're all talk.
But when I show up at your door, knocking on it, and asking your family, "Where's your Rick?"
I'll open it.
You better open it, because I'll look through your window.
Chris. That's really big talk from Rick. All those thousands of miles away. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, right? He's thousands of miles
if you
away.
show up.
If you were in another town in New Jersey, I'll be at your house right now as I end this.
You know what's
call.
gonna happen? If you show
I'll
up,
open the
if you
door
show up
for
at
you.
his door, if you show up at his doorstep, he's not gonna be Star Wars Rick anymore. He's scared Rick.
Yeah, Rick, you better get ready.
Yeah.
I'm coming Kung Fu Panda skadoosh style.
Don't take my kindness for weakness.
Douche.
Skadoosh with my Poe and his what do you call it? What is he?
My woo.
Oh God, he did the woe again. Now I gotta end the show. Oh God, he did the woe.
What is going on?
Kayla, he's been doing the woe. Like he can't. Like it's so crazy. Like it hurts my soul. It hurts the inside of my
Oh
soul.
my gosh.
You're welcome.
I love coming on this every week when I can make it. You guys make me laugh so much. Anyway, Chris's summary that we couldn't get to
My
because
summary. All right.
Rick.
We didn't ask for it, but we're getting it. I'm just kidding, Chris.
You know, I can't. I'll come to California right now. I'm getting on my private jet. I'll be there in 2 hours.
Okay.
It's called the Omega Express.
Yeah, it's called the Millennium Falcon. You heard of it? Jump space, not hyperspace.
Yes.
Jump space.
Okay. Okay. Go, Chris. Sorry about that.
So my predictions for next week: we're definitely going to see the Empire. And there was an interview a while back saying about Omega's backstory that we'll get to know who she really is. So these last 3 episodes have to tell us what she is and who is after her and why. You know, it's going to be a very important character in the Star Wars universe going forward. So we have to know if she's Force sensitive, if she's Boba Fett's sister, enhanced clone. We have to know what she is. We need it like in captions of what when they're reading it. Just give me the captions, closed captions, like of what she really is, because we need to know. You know, like a fan like me, like I'm her father, so I need to know what my daughter is. Because if I don't, I'm gonna be very upset. I'm gonna go to Lucasfilm. Don't play with me, Lucasfilm. I know where you are. I think I know. But yeah, I think she's Force sensitive. I always say that at the end of this episode. The Empire's coming. Clone. There will be a clone. I think Captain Rex will show up again. I don't know. Hauser. I want to see Hauser again. I
don't know. It's just. I don't know. It's just 3 episodes. Just a lot of from the past episodes, just a lot of connections. So just kind of just throw everything at the end. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm rooting for a second season. But continue.
Yeah, I don't know I don't know if they'll do a whole 3 episode layout, like not part 1, part 2, part 3, not like that, but give us information next week's episode, and the following week, then the following week.
Well, actually, I heard that the last 2 episodes are part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
So they are. So this next week's episode is probably going to set set it up for those last 2 episodes. So that's why, like I was saying before, that with all this connective tissue that they were doing and all these things, these backstories, that's why this episode was so important to go past with the narrative and not do a filler episode like this, because it made no sense unless, like I said, they're bringing in more at the end. But then again, the narrative is not meant to bring more in. The narrative is meant to bring Omega back to Kamino and find out who she is and why the Kaminos want to clone her to make a third stage of clones. So that's why I'm kind of confused that they did this episode. And it's like, yeah, I know you want to put stuff out there, but only 3 episodes left. And the episodes are like less than 20 minutes long. You're gonna throw in a narrative that you don't want to just end it. So hopefully there's a season 2 that the last episode goes right into season 2. It starts off with that, but ends at a cliffhanger. But I just don't like how they mash up and they push so much into like a few episodes and try to give us the whole story. Throughout the season, it should be the whole story. Yeah, you can have your filter episode, but you know what? Throw in the Empire. The Empire should have been in this episode. What would have been is that, yeah, you have this dude that threw out Sid and trying to take over. The Pikes are in it, but have the Empire, have somebody sniff to the Empire. Bad Batch is here, and already then at the end of the episode you have the Empire communicating, going, we zeroed in on the Bad Batch.
Maybe we'll have the next episode.
I know, but it should have been. Look, 3 episodes. I'm afraid that they're gonna. It's not. I just don't want them to like just throw out another filter episode. Yeah, the name of the episode sounds good, but they need to start off the episode with a bang. What they need to do is, all kidding aside, the episode has to begin with the Empire infiltrating Sids. That's how you start an episode, and the Bad Batch is forced to go on the run. That's what happens, and then the last 2 episodes deal with Kamino and the uprising and all that stuff like that. This episode coming, it has to start off with a power struggle, a fight. If it doesn't, and it starts off slow, another side mission, and then you know what? Then the people are definitely going to be turned off. I'll be totally honest with you. Like, look, this episode really, really was a disappointment. I'm going to keep saying that because unless there's a narrative to it, and the Pikes being a reason why you're going to have more or something like that, they missed the mark. And unless next week, like I said, if next week doesn't begin with the Empire infiltrating Sids and going after the Bad Batch, I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be done. And you know what? And if they have the next episode, I'm like, you know what? I'll watch them. I'm not gonna be excited.
What are you pointing at, Rick?
My charger. I need to turn the phone. I'm like on the last 3%.
Oh, geez. You know what?
All right.
It's upsetting.
That I'm on 3%?
What happened?
Yeah. When you're on 3%, you make your battery go all the time.
I know.
My battery's going to die actually too soon. But guys, before we go, where can everybody find you on the social medias? Dom?
At Domtober on Instagram.
Kaitlyn?
Kaitlyn the Sith on TikTok, Kaitlyn the Sith on Instagram, Kaitlyn the Sith on Twitter.
Yeah.
You made a TikTok?
She's starting to Twitter.
Yeah.
TikTok? No way.
You haven't seen my most recent video? I posted it to my stories.
Oh, man.
You know what? So, Instagram, Star Wars .Rick, Twitter, Star Wars _Rick, TikTok, Star Wars Rick.
And guys, you can find me anywhere on the social media. Just look up Scavolitano, you'll find me. Thank you guys for joining. Dom, thank you. Kaitlyn, thank you. Rick, thank you. Always awesome to have you guys on. Love you all. Maybe not Rick, but love you both. But
love you too, Chris.
You know what, Rick? I love you. Don't worry.
Aww.
Before we go, make sure you guys subscribe down below to the YouTube channel, The Scavolitano Show, for more fun unboxings, reactions, breakdowns, sexiness, awesomeness, Grogu-ness, Ahsoka-ness, Omega-ness, and all that fun Star Wars jazziness. Be kind to one another, guys, and may the Force be with you always.
Always.
Bye!
Bye.
In my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.